Hey there, hey there. What a monumental day. There is so much going on with Queen Elizabeth and her funeral going on right now, and just things going on in the world now. And so, for your to be here with me today, with for you to take the time to actually come and be at the meeting place is such an honor. So I want you to know that I don't take that lightly. And so thank you. Thank you for being here. If you've been here before, hey, put hashtag old head, OH. And if you're a newbie, I'd love to know. And just let me know in the comments, newbie, hashtag newbie. So I can just say hello and leave you a comment there. But today there is so much I want to talk about. And what amazing woman. The title of today's subject is Women, You Make Things Happen. And I want you to know that. And one of the monumental women who have done that is Queen Elizabeth. But before I get into that subject, I want you to know that I'm going to give you absolute proof that you make things happen, give you examples and show you where you've done this. But not only that, I want to show you 4 areas of your life right now that you are making things happen. And not only that, but that you can continue to make things happen, great things. So I can't wait to get into it. So I see you shortly. Take care. Hold on. Be right back. Thank you for waiting and holding on. So, like I said, I want to make sure I got your comments here and I am live. So, if you hear me, let me know in the chat. Let me know that you can hear everything and everything is clear. And I can check that too, I guess, but I don't want to interrupt this to be checking my phone and making sure that I am heard. But just to be on the safe side, I will check in. But what I want to say is, I am so thrilled that you're here, and I want to jump right into the ways that I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm just believing. Thanks, Marcia. Thank you for being here, and I'm glad that it sounds good. So, with all that said, I want you to know that right now, going on in society, in our social media, everywhere, there is history being made. And a perfect example of a woman whose influence and presence has been across the globe is Queen Elizabeth. She has been in her position for over 70 years. She has made monumental uh, influence and impact on so many lives worldwide, across 14 countries that she resided. And not only in society, but in countries, but in her family with her children. You can see her presence, her influence, her impact on the lives of her children, on the decisions that they made and are still making, on the way that they're thinking, on the way that they are raising their children up. That's the monumental impact that she has made on her family. And you have that same impact in your lives. One of my favorite books to read is the Bible, and there are a multitude of women. I wanted to say millions, but I can't say that. But there's a multitude of women in the Bible that have made impact on time. And let's take Eve. Now, Eve, there's just her and the influence that she had on Adam and his eating the fruit. And you need to read that story if you don't know it. But then there's Esther and her influence on Xerxes to change time and help him make the decision to save the Israelites. And Jezebel. See, influence is not always good. Influence can be bad also. So we have Jezebel, who uh, makes a king or influences a king to make a bad decision. Delilah, who made Samson give up his strength and who he was for her, for Ruth, who has changed time, for Mary, for Abigail, for Deborah. And I could go on and show you in history where women have made impact in the lives of so many, not just the lives of their family and the men, but also in the lives of history and the world. And don't ever negate the fact that you have the ability to make impact. You have the ability to influence those in your life. And so you are important. Every thought, every deed that you do or make impacts another. And so the four areas that I really want to go into is we have the ability to impact our significant other. And so, what am I talking about? In fact, I want to tell you what all four areas are before I go dive deep into them. You have the ability to impact your significant other, your children, your friends and family and community, and your workplace. Never think that your actions, the things you say, the things you do not impact and affect and influence those around you. So, how do we impact our significant others? How do we impact our spouse, our husband? Well, we impact them on how they see themselves. The words that we speak into their lives, the things that we say to them, the way we lift them up or tear them down directly influence how they see themselves, how they nurture themselves, and how they feel that they are reflected on others. And then we have their motivation, the things we say to them, the way we talk to them gives them motivation to move forward, or it tears down their motivation and saps their strength where they don't want to move forward. They don't want to do things because for some reason they feel they're not worthy, at least in your eyes. If they don't feel their worth in your eyes, the person that means the most to them, the person who they look to for guidance and and to speak in their life, then how can they make a difference? How can they make a difference? How can they want to move forward? And so the things we say and do directly impact them. And then their prowess, how they see themselves, how they see their strength. There is nothing that is more powerful than to encourage that man in your life and say, babe, you're strong. You make me feel good. You make me feel like I can do anything. Just think how that puffs up his spirit, how that makes him feel, how his chest this explodes, knowing that the things he does pour into your life. And then you help them make right actions. You know, one of the things my husband looks for is he likes to know my perspective on things, just like I love to know his perspective on things, because he sees things from a different angle, just like I do. He likes to know what actions I think are the right action in a given instance, because it's based on my perception and how I read things. And so this helps along the way. So don't never negate that your actions, your thoughts, your words don't have impact on how they see themselves, the motivation to move forward that day or to take action, and the strength that you give them. And then we look at our children and it impacts them in the same way. And I want to share with you a story that my daughter shared with me. She has twins that are almost 3 years old. And sometimes we go about our day, we listen to things on TV and in the car, and we really don't think about it because it's just the way that we do things. And she was listening to a song by, um, I forgot exactly who it was by, but it was an off take of the old um, Rick James song, Super Freak. And I think it was Nicki Minaj, but I'm not sure who it was. But the babies, the twins, were in the back of the car, and they were listening to the music with their mom, and they were going on, and she was singing, and the song breaks out, "You're a freak, a FRE," and she listened, and Ava was singing, FRE. And in that instant, she decided, oh no, I have to be careful what I'm playing in this car, what I say, because they are imitating everything I say and everything I do at this point. And that is what your children do. They imitate your actions. You think just by saying your words that they're going to do what you say? You think that if you tell them, don't make this decision, don't eat this, don't do this, that they're going to do it just because you say it? No, they are watching your actions. So make sure your actions align with your words because they are watching what you do. And more times than not, they're going to reflect the actions. And you can best believe that it's going to hit you back in the face because you say, why are you doing this? Because you do. Because I've seen you do it. I know what you're telling me, Mom. I know what you're telling me. But these are the things that I see you do. And so if I see you do it, it must be okay, right? And so remember that your children are watching the things you do. And if you're a business owner, if you're working, they're watching the type of woman that you are providing for your family, that you are taking care of your family, that you are going to work every day, that you understand the value of working. And so you do that. And that not only that you're working, if you're building a business and they see how hard and the times that you are doing this when you don't even feel like it, they're watching you. And through watching you, they are becoming the adults that they are becoming. And so never negate the impact and the influence that you have on your children. They're watching you. They're imitating you. They're learning from you. And so that is one of the areas, your children. And another area are your friends and your community. How many times have your girlfriend or your cousin or someone called you and asked you a question when they could have Googled it, right? But no, they called you because they know in that area you have some expertise. Hey, bruh, it's so glad to know. I'm so glad to know you here. And I'm sorry for interrupting that thought, but that's my brother, and I had to give him a shout out. So thank you, Tony, for being here. But like I said, I'm back to our friends. Our friends listen to the things we say, and they call us for our perspective. They call us for our input because whatever they're calling us for, they know we have insight in that area. If it's cooking, my daughter calls me because she knows more times than not that I'm going to tell you the ingredient, what the substitute is that she can use for that. If it's life things, she calls me. My friends call me. What do you think about this? Am I missing a boundary here? What should I do here? And so that's what the people in your life do. They call you for your expertise, your insight, your perspective, because they know in that you have a track record that they have seen over time. and that you probably have something that you can give them. So never negate that your experience and your track record doesn't have something that you can pull from to help in your community, with your friends, with your family, and never not share what you have. And then finally, I want to talk about your workplace. You know, a lot of times we go to work and we don't even understand that our coworkers are watching our work ethic. Oh, yeah. They're watching when we don't take time, or when we take time, or when we're doing things that we shouldn't be doing, or when we stop what we're doing and we take the time to listen to them and pour into them. They're watching us. They're watching how you talk to them, how you talk to others, how you lead others, how you mentor others, how you build them up as a team. Are you fostering a team at your workplace? Are you showing them excellence in everything you do? Are you sharing your expertise? Are you not hoarding the things that are in your life because you don't want them to grow when they should be able to grow too? One of the things my husband has poured into me and showed me and taught me is the way he poured into those that he worked with. He said, I want them to be able to exceed me. I want to leave them where they can take over. If I left today, that they can take over in my place. And so, are you doing that in your workplace? Are you influencing your workplace for the good? Have you ever been in that place in your workplace where you hate going in because of the atmosphere, because of the negativism, because of the dog eat dog and the backbiting and all that goes in? And you ever thought about, but I can be the light there. I don't have to take on the atmosphere here. I can create a new atmosphere. I can stop things that are happening. And so, are you doing that in your workplace? Because, woman and man, my dear brother, you can make things happen. And it's up to you to be that change, to be that influence, to make that difference. So remember that as you go about your day. I want to remind you to shine, to make a difference in your workplace, in your family, with your children if you have them, with your significant other if you have one, because you have tremendous impact. And we see that today in our society with Queen Elizabeth. We see it for those of you who know the stories in the Bible. And I see it in you. So today, go out and be the light. And I am so glad that you are here on the meeting place. Make sure that you hit subscribe, hit the bell, so that you don't miss a single episode. And I can't wait till next time. Make sure you comment. Let me know you were here. Let me know you saw this episode by saying #replay if you catch it on the replay. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye. See you.